spend about a minute and a half with a dynamic toe touch. So just let's take that left foot forward. I want you to pull the toes towards the knee, and you're going to really drive those hips back, reaching for that toe, but you're going to stay strong in the upper back. Give you a nice strong breath. It should be nice and intense in that left hamstring. And then let's stand all the way up. Switch it on out. Right foot comes out. We're putting a lot of intent. Full exhale as we go to reach for that toe. But again, you're not using the back to reach. You're using that hip flexion to reach. Nice and tall. Take your time. Switch it out. You set your pace based on your breath. Nice and tall. Once you get rid of that air, once you get done with that exhale, we've got about 30 more seconds here. You really put some intent into this. All right, that's why we're only doing a little more dynamic here, just using that breath. I want you to make it as intense as possible. It's really hard to maintain this intensity for a good 40 to 60 seconds compared to what I want you working towards right now. We got time for about one more on each side. Really shift that hip back. And let's finish up. If you're on the side you started with, go ahead and make sure you get that opposite side in. So you should finish on your right side if you're finishing with me. And go ahead and relax. All right, so we got the hamstrings activated. We got them a little bit loosened now. We're going to take it on down to the ground. And we're going to spend a good 2 minutes with our alternating shin box. And a lot of you know this one well. I want you to take your feet actually outside of the hips a little bit. A lot of times I'll start you off pretty narrow. Outside of the hips, let's take the left knee to the ground and then right knee follows. Your knee and heel do not need to be contacted right now. All right, so I want you to press those knees into the ground. That chest is proud. And now, keeping that left knee on the ground, that right knee is going to go as far as it can, far as it can, far as it can, far as it can. And left knee starts to follow, but you're keeping as much distance in those hips as possible, those knees as possible. Press into the ground, breathe. Left knee comes up, right knee stays on the ground as far as you absolutely can. And once you have to, that right knee follows. Work through this at your pace. If you're staying with me, my right knee's going back up. Left knee still pressing, left knee still pressing, pressing, pressing. And it starts to follow. So today's about, when we work through this, left knee's coming up, about keeping as much distance in those knees as possible, really trying to challenge those hips to not just get blood flow today, but actually really activate before we get into our next drills. Reach, reach, reach to that knee before that left knee comes up. If you're not on my tempo, that's fine, but please make sure you're working through this. I do these all the time, and this is challenging right now. Going absolutely as far as I can before that opposite knee follows. You've got about 30 more seconds. I'm hoping you're noticing a little bit of a difference in that range of motion that you're getting through the hip before that opposite knee follows. It's my last time working right knee first. I don't want you feeling pain, but you should feel discomfort. You should feel those hips having to really work. And relax. All right, we're going to take it to a 90-90, similar setup to that shin box. But my chest is pointed towards my right knee. If I take my left hand off to the side, it's in line with my left leg. If I look at my ankle, knee, if I look at my hip, knee, ankle, everything's 90 degrees. Yeah? So nice and proud in that chest. All right, brace that rib cage. You're going to hinge forward as strong as you can, staying tall along to the head. Hinge, 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 hold, breathe. And come on up. We're going to be working reps of this today. Nice and tall, reset, ribcage in, hinge, press into that front knee, that right knee. You're as long as you can from the top of the head through that right hip. relax. Press that left knee into the ground for me real quick. When we hinge forward, you can kind of forget about that back leg. Really want to stay on my front leg. And let's work that hinge forward. You're long. You're exhaling. Back tall. Press that left knee back in. And inhale. Exhale. Don't let this be easy. Really trying to get that hip to open up. Long through the top of that head. And up. Last strong rep here. Last time resetting on this side. Ribcage in. You're tall. And hinge. Exhale. And once you're empty, you can come on up, relax. All right, we're just going to pivot around sides. Left leg comes out in front, right leg is back. Then we have those 90-degree angles. If I were to reach my right arm out, it's in line with my right leg. I'm nice and tall, rib cage is pulled down. All right, you know the drill. Inhale, exhale, hinge forward. Slow, controlled, intentful exhale through the mouth. And up once you're ready. I'm setting a good little pace, but if your breath's a little different, you set your own pace. Inhale, exhale. Long through the top of that head, and sit up tall. Nice strong hinge. Hey, system's going on. Tall. Reset. Ribcage in. Hinge. Press, 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 press. Strong as you can into that front knee. Tall. We have 2 more reps and we're done with this 90-90. Hinge. Tall. Last time reset. Let's make this last rep really count. Press that right knee into the ground to see a nice strong reset. Get that internal activation through that right leg first, and then hinge. But as you work that hinge, you can let go of that back leg. We're really concentrating on that front knee. We're getting as much distance from top of our head. We're still working that exhale, and relax. All right. Your hips got a little crazy right there. You get a little loose again. All right. Hopefully when we stand up, you're going to squat like a new person. All right, we're going to work a supine scorpion. So we're going to lie on back. I'm hoping this is the best camera angle. I want the palms to the sky. Let's go ahead and lift up that right leg. You're going to take that right leg across the body, but you're not letting your shoulder blades leave the ground. Reach across as far as you can. You're always trying to reach your toes to the ground. Breathe. And back up top. Lower back down. Left leg comes up. Take it across. And start reaching those toes to the ground. Shoulder blades haven't come up. And back over top. Lower down. But no matter how you work this, it's your pace. Lifting the right, switching side to side. Taking that right leg across. Shoulder blades stay down. Trying to reach those toes towards the floor. Let that trunk rotate, let those hips open. And once you're satisfied, again, you're on your pace. Switching back out that opposite side. As we work through this, we have about 90 seconds left on this drill. You spend as much time as you'd like. I'm really looking for about 5 seconds at least. But if you want to spend a little longer time in that reach position, just make sure the palms are pressed, the back of the palms are pressed into the ground. Shoulder blades stay on the ground. Now we're letting that lumbar, we're letting those hips, we're letting those abductors open up and challenge to find that in range. Nice strong drive to the heel. Once you feel like you reach that in-range, that's when you start reaching those toes. Almost like you're trying to reach that big toe to the ground. Got about 40 seconds left on this drill. If you're with me, you started on that right side, so let's make sure we finish on the left. Not rushing you, but once you get done with that left side, that's when I want you to relax. Excellent, y'all. Go ahead and sit on up. This next drill, it's going to be pretty intense. We're really going to work through those shoulders. This is one that I've been incorporating since being at home, and it's really helped with my shoulder mobility. And the first time I did it, I will be honest, it was quite intense. So I don't want you to feel pain here, discomfort, but you really got to listen because you're going to be looking at the ground. So hopefully my audio is somewhat decent today. All right, so we're going to be in a prone position. So we're going to be down on the floor, on our belly. All right, you can keep your face off the ground. You don't have to smother yourself. All right, but what I want you to do here is we're going to reach back. Imagine you're getting rest. Okay? You're going to grab onto your hand, your wrist. All right, once we're in this position, I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades back. So we're going to open up that chest, get your hands off of your back, and now I want you to start trying to bring your hands towards your shoulder blades. However you can, to the best of your ability. Breathe. You're in control. You're not feeling pain. You're just feeling those shoulders being challenged here. Slowly start to release those hands. We're going to reach out to the sides, palms to the sky, and once you get to a T position or a crucifix, we're going to turn those palms to the ground. Hands are still off the ground. We're going to reach them overhead. Breathe. Palms to the sky. Now I want you to try to get your pinky to the sky. Breathe. Now take those fingers. I want you to reach them back towards your traps. I want you to touch those traps. Breathe. Reach back out. We're going to reverse that entire motion. Reach back out to that T. Reach, 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 reach. Palms turn to the ground. We reach back towards that starting position and relax. All right, so that was one repetition. We're going to work through a few of these and give you a quick breather. All right, if you felt pain, I want you to back it down a little bit. Work to the best of your ability. All right, but if that felt pretty fun and you felt pretty challenged, let's see what a few more reps that feels like. We reach back. Grabbing the wrist or hand, shoulder blades squeeze back, so chest is off the ground, your chin is tucked in. Now get those hands off of your back, and now I want you to try to take those hands towards your shoulder blades. Breathe, 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 breathe. Slowly releasing those hands, palms to the sky, reach out to that T or crucifix position. Palms turn to the ground. We're reaching overhead as palms turn back to the sky. We're turning those pinkies up, 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 up. Reach, 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 reach. Breathe. Take those fingers, touch those traps. We're still exhaling. We're still working our breaths. Reach back overhead. Reaching back out to that T or that crucifix. Palms to the ground. Reaching back behind that back. And then relax. Quick breather here. Let those shoulders relax again. Let that low back relax again. All right. Let's step back up. Hands behind the back. We're grabbing onto your wrist or hands. All right. Shoulder blades back. Hands are off the back. We're reaching those hands towards the shoulders. So we're squeezing those hands up towards those shoulders. They're still off the back. You're not going away. You feel pain, but you're feeling slight discomfort. And slowly releasing those hands, reaching back out to the sides, squeezing those shoulder blades back, palms go to the ground, reach overhead, breathe, palms to the sky, pinkies to the sky. Reach for those traps. Exhale, reach back out, coming out to that T, palms to the ground, reaching back, reset. All right. We have one more really strong rep of that, and then we're moving on. All right, when we get out of this prone position, I'm hoping the shoulders are going to feel a little bit lighter. I think you're going to do some stuff, maybe some mace swings. All right, let's take those hands behind the back. Last rep here. Grab the hands, grab the wrist. Squeeze those shoulder blades back. Take those hands off the back, you know the drill. Take the hands towards the shoulder blades. Relax the neck, breathe, breathe, breathe. And slowly start to release, reaching those hands out as far as you can, that T or crucifix position. Palms to the ground as we transition to overhead. Pinkies to the sky. Reach, reach, reach. And reach for those traps. Tapping those traps, tapping behind the neck. Reaching back overhead. Slowly reaching out, palms to the ground, getting back to that handcuff position, and relax. Woo. All right. Let's come on up. Woo. I don't know about y'all, but feel a little looser. All right. We're going to finish off with hips today. We're going to keep things a little more dynamic. We're going to keep things a little more intense mentality for those 5-second holds, those breaths. There's not a lot of static today, if you haven't noticed. So we're going to come to a pigeon position. A lot of y'all know that one, but we're going to be in a high pigeon. So I'm going to change the camera angle a little bit, have somewhat better light in this direction with this position. So let's go ahead and come on to that plank position. What I want you to do here is try to get that right knee behind the right wrist, but we're going to stay high in this pigeon position. So my right heel is actually right by my left hip. I'm turn just a hair so you can see. Let's go there. All right, so I'm actually nice and high. I'm off the ground. All right. What I want you to do here is take an inhale for me, and then as you exhale, shift back. And back to start. We're going to spend about a minute here working this position through your pace. Inhale, exhale, shift back, pushing that right hip back and over, really trying to challenge that hip. And once you lose that breath, and once you empty out that breath, tall, inhale, sitting back. You know, I'm just saying a pace. My breath might be a little different than yours, but I am looking for about 5 seconds. Hold at least in that sit back position, and then you reset as long as you need to. If you weren't really intense, you might need a longer rest. Inhale, exhale, shifting back. Back tall. Got about 20 seconds left here. Sitting back. Back tall. We have time for one more rep if you're with me. Inhale. Exhale as you sit back. Relax. All right. Come to quadruped or plank position. We reset real quick. Now let's set up in that plank. Left knee behind the left wrist. That foot is again kind of underneath the opposite hip, so nice and tall in that pigeon position. All right. Once you're ready, inhale. Exhale, sitting back. Still trying to keep that chest proud. We're making that hip open up here, making our hip take the brunt of this. And back tall once that air is gone, once that breath is gone. Inhale. Resetting every time you get all that air out. We've got about 50 seconds left on this drill. And working through this at your pace. Sitting that hip back, that chest staying proud. Really challenging these stretches today with these shorter holds. Dynamic has its place, static has its place. Today we stayed more dynamic with everything. Get about 20 seconds again. You're working on your breath. You're working at your tempo. All right, we've got time for one more. No matter what your tempo is, make it count. Sitting that hip back and over, chest stay proud. Get all that air out. And relax. come to a saddle, sit, you can go wherever's comfortable for you. I appreciate you all joining me this Friday morning. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. You're on the East Coast, so I'm assuming you all are. It is supposed to be pretty nice today, so hopefully y'all can get out and enjoy it. Thank you all for bearing with me at the very beginning. Of course, my Wi-Fi always lets you drop out right when class starts. Anyways, I'll be around for some questions, feedback. If you want to know what any of those movements were, shoot me a message. I'll get an answer.